Well, new school year began last week in Central Texas with superintendents and principals hopeful that the year passes without addressing teacher-student misconduct, a problem that's been plaguing Texas for years. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Lindsay Lippman. In 2017, legislators took notice and Senate Bill 7 was passed. In tonight's 25 Investigates, Joe Gum interviews a local state representative to find out if that bill was enough to curb teacher misconduct or if it's time for no tolerance action.
In the 2017-2018 school year, the Texas Education Agency reported 429 teacher-student misconduct cases, up 42% from 2016.
What is your thought when you hear this phrase, Texas leads the nation in improper teacher-student relationships?
It's very unfortunate.
Unfortunate enough to cause lawmakers in Austin to react. In May of 2017, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed SB 7, a bill which expanded the requirements of who must report teacher misconduct and increased penalties for those failing to report. Texas House member Representative Hugh Shine was one of many who supported the bill.
Well, the bill was very important. Yes, I did vote on the bill, and Senate Bill 7. It dealt with civil and criminal issues. Resignation, putting the event in the records of that individual. Also, the loss of health care with TRS associated with it. And just covered the civil side and the criminal side of that as well. That was a very important piece of legislation that we passed.
The bill was supposed to stop school administrators from moving abusive teachers out of their school districts and shuffling them to other districts. 25 Investigates informed Representative Shine that in May of this year, we asked 25 Central Texas school districts how often in the last 5 years were serious allegations of a teacher having an inappropriate sexual relationship with a student or fellow teacher employee investigated. 21 schools answered, and there were 16 cases.
Superintendents should be reviewing those records thoroughly, no question about it. And they don't need to be hiring teachers that have slipped in through the cracks. And that's the reason the follow-up legislation was passed.
One Central Texas superintendent who allowed a teacher with known misconduct to slip through the cracks was Wesley Holt of Conley ISD. In 2017, Holt hired educator John Simpson. As we've documented in numerous stories, before Simpson stepped foot on Conley Junior High's campus, he was investigated by the FBI for inappropriate behavior with a student at Ennis ISD and was suspended by the district for inappropriate behavior with a student. He was also suspended by the TEA for the 2016-2017 school year.
That's what Senate Bill 7 was all about. And that's the reason Senate Bill 1230 came up, is to also add this to the private schools.
Sources tell Central Texas News Now the hiring move by Holt was surprising, considering Mr. Simpson's record and Holt's background as Conley ISD's Director of Personnel, Human Resources from 2001 until 2004 and from 2007 until 2013.
Right now, the Texas Education Agency has an online database that allows you to see whether a teacher certification has been sanctioned. However, it has very little information regarding records of misconduct. For that, 25 Investigates sent an open records request to the TEA.
So we asked Representative Shine if superintendents and principals saw the words suspended or certification or license revoked. Should that deter them from hiring teachers with misconduct?
We would hope so. That's the reason you put those words in there, is for the purpose of raising an alarm that, hey, you need to look at this very closely to determine what the situation is before you make a decision about hiring someone.
As far as SB 7 going far enough to actually enforce the law, we asked Representative Shine if he sees a day in the future where a teacher makes one mistake and a no-tolerance law is enacted.
There's always that possibility.
Fill in the blank. Nothing is going to stop or highly deter teacher-student misconduct except...
I'm not sure how I would answer that. I mean, you've got, people need to be, you have to have dignity, integrity, and respect when you're in a professional position. And if you don't have that, then you are subject to having some issues or problems that you're going to end up dealing with down the road.
Now, in May of 2018, Holt, Conley's Chief Human Resources Officer Larry Cumby, Junior High Principal Thurman Brown, and Assistant Principal Annie Connor were all told about Simpson's inappropriate behavior towards several teachers and employees. They all remain employed by Conley ISD. Mr. Simpson resigned in November of 2018, and in the meantime, Superintendent Holt added a new teacher to his junior high staff this year, his daughter, Alyssa. Now, if you have an issue or problem you're dealing with, just contact us at 25investigates@kxxv.com.